Hygiene and cleanliness is awesome, but it actually has led to increased incidence of allergies. Let's talk about why. Let's talk about the hygiene hypothesis. The idea here is that exposure to pathogens early on in life actually protects us from certain autoimmunity and allergic reactions later on. The work on this hypothesis actually really started in the 1980s when they saw that children who lived on farms and were exposed to animals, feed, and various pathogens in the environment were much less likely to develop allergic reactions and various allergies later on in their life. Compared to their counterparts who did not have these same exact exposures. The same trend was noticed in pregnant mothers who worked or lived on farms. Later on, of course, had children who were less likely to develop allergies. Now, in utero and also very early on in life, we actually have a predisposition to the Th2 cell phenotype. The Th2 cells secrete various cytokines and molecules, specifically the most important one being interleukin-4, that actually predispose a bias towards class switching of our B cells to making IgE. Now remember that IgE is actually what's found on the surface of mast cells, which causes them to degranulate and causes the whole allergic reaction problem in the first place. What researchers believe is that exposure to pathogens early on in life, especially during the first 2 years of life, will instead bias us to a Th1 phenotype. This phenotype is good for setting up immunological reactions that are great for clearing pathogens, especially bacteria. If we are exposed to an allergen at the same time, instead of having this more Th2 phenotype that will stimulate class switching of B cells to produce IgE, that won't happen and we won't get those nasty allergic reactions. Remember guys, hygiene and cleanliness is super important and we love it, but at the same time it's kind of a double-edged sword and it can leave us predisposed to other things later on. Hope you enjoyed learning something.